Part of an athlete's career is dealing with injuries. There are many psychological factors that may contribute to the risk of athletic injuries. Specifically, there has been a consistent relationship between the psychological factor of stress and an increased risk of injuries such as concussions. A concussion is a type of injury that has been becoming more and more common in sport. 5 to 10% of athletes will experience a concussion in any given sport. Football is the most common sport with concussion risk for males. Soccer is the most common sport with concussion risk for females. And almost 80% of concussions occur during games as opposed to practices. Some studies even suggest that females are twice as likely to sustain a concussion as compared to males. A concussion is a traumatic brain injury that alters the way your brain functions. It can occur in both non-contact and contact sports. A concussion happens when a force causes the brain to rapidly move back and forth inside the skull. Although concussions usually are caused by a blow to the head, they can also occur when the head and upper body are violently shaken. Altered brain function may result from this trauma and be expressed in a variety of physical symptoms such as headaches, dizziness, or sensitivity to light and sound, physical signs such as loss of balance and coordination, cognitive deficits such as memory and concentration losses, or emotional changes like depression and irritability. These signs or symptoms may occur immediately after the injury, or the onset may be delayed. The time it takes to recover will depend on the severity of the concussion. It could take days, weeks, or even months.
So this is the game plan, guys. This is what we're going to be sticking with the final championship game. Colby, are you with me here? Colby, wake up.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Okay. So guys, remember, the games in the week, championship games in the week, I know you're very excited, but keep in mind that with midterms coming up, you need to keep your grades up or else you're going to be benched for the game, and I don't think any of you guys want to get benched for that game, do you?
No.
Okay, so B+ averages on all your tests. Good luck with your midterm, guys. I'll see you at practice later.
Wait, there has to be some mistake. This cannot be my test. It says I got an F. How is that possible? I studied so much for this. How could I possibly fail? The championship game is next week and coach said I had to pass if I wanted to play. This is really, really bad. After all that studying and hard work, you still managed to fail. Why am I even practicing? I mean, this was my only ticket to college, and now I have nothing. I have nothing.
Colby!
Hi, how's it going?
Good, you?
Good. So I'm Dr. Jordan. Let's see what you have. Okay, so I'm just going to run a couple of tests. So I want you to follow my finger. How many fingers am I holding?
2, 3, 4.
Okay, good. Okay. What day is it?
It's Monday, isn't it?
Yep, today's Monday. Do you remember what happened?
Well, I remember practicing, and next thing I know, I woke up in your office, so I don't know what happened to me.
Okay, for the way it looks like is that you seem to have a minor concussion. So I'm going to stress out that no physical activity for 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
2 weeks, that's correct.
The game's in a few days. How can I not play for 2 weeks?
I understand, but I just want to avoid you getting hurt to avoid post-secondary concussion. Because if you do before your brain returns to baseline, there's a 50% chance of you getting severe effects. So, no physical activity for 2 weeks. Meanwhile, I'm going to prescribe you some medications, and I'm also going to refer you to a sports psychologist.
Okay, thank you.
Okay?
Doctor.
Hi, Chloe.
Listen, I have a major issue here, okay?
Yeah.
So, last week during practice, I had a really bad concussion, and my physician said that I was out for 2 weeks. Now, my coach, she doesn't really care about me anymore. She focuses a lot more on all the other players, and I feel a bit useless. What do you think I should do?
Okay, well, I understand where you're coming from. I kind of know how it feels because I've worked with other athletes in your same situation. So it is normal to feel that way. If I was in your position, I would be feeling the same way. Did your coach give you any advice or any recommendations?
Oh, you know what? She actually recommended I watch a war movie.
Okay, and how's that working out for you?
Yeah, it's not going too well. I feel a lot more pressure, a lot more stressed. So, I don't know. What do you think I should do?
Well, there's nothing really wrong with feeling the way you're feeling. It's important for you, though, to kind of not focus on the past. So doing so would kind of make the situation more debilitative than anything. You have to remember that stress is based on your perception. So I do have a few recommendations here for you that kind of focus on restructuring your thoughts. So number one is don't adopt a victim mindset. So don't feel sorry for yourself. You gotta kind of learn to accept that you're out for 2 weeks. This is what I have to deal with. But in the meantime, you're going to continue going to practice. Okay, you're going to maintain hope and optimism that when you come back, you're going to be able to play. Okay, so if you keep going to practice, keep going to games, you're going to kind of involve yourself, keep yourself involved with the team.
Okay, that sounds really good. Thank you.
Okay, so we'll go from there. I'll meet with the coach as well about your situation, and then we'll see what she says. Okay?
Thank you.
Hi,
Hi there. Nice to see you again.
See you. Thanks for meeting with me. I know that you sent Kobe to me, but I also wanted to meet with you, the coach, because I think that the coach will have a large part in Kobe's rehabilitation. So I just want to ask you I want to hear from you what you told Kobe in terms of his concussion.
Well, I told him to stay motivated, that he should watch war movies because it'll help him keep that mindset of being motivated and inspired, so when he comes back, he doesn't lose that mindset to play the game.
Okay, and do you believe it helped?
I think it helped. I mean, it works for me.
Have you followed up with Kobe though?
No.
So how would you know that it worked?
Well, maybe not. I'm not too sure. I'm assuming it would work because it works for me, so I don't understand why it wouldn't work for him.
Okay, well, I don't think you should kind of assume that it worked and kind of jump to conclusions. You need to realize that every individual is different, and you have to kind of get to know your athletes. So how would you feel, I want to ask you, how would you feel if you were in Kobe's position, almost feeling cast aside like he's feeling right now?
I'd probably feel bad, probably feel down on myself, and probably just feel alienated from the team altogether.
Okay. I'm kind of happy you said that almost because it's exactly why I think Kobe should do something that contributes to the team. And my suggestion is to have him continue going to practices and games, maybe during practices, act as an assistant coach, and during games maybe take stats to help him feel more involved and like he's contributing to the team.
That's actually a good idea. I can maybe talk to Kobe and my other athletes and see if we can rearrange that for him. I want him to come back with full mental state and everything. So he was our best player, and I want him to come back all ready to prepare in 2 weeks.
Fantastic. If you're on board, then let's try that and see how it goes from there.
Okay, thank you for meeting me.
Thanks for being